right. Squeaky chair. Just going to give it a few minutes. See if anyone's going to join us. All right. We'll see if I can see the comments better on the laptop. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. We are still doing some cards with the Snowflake Wishes. I thought today we would focus more on the stamps because there are so many beautiful stamps on here. So I wanted to focus on this card to show you that you can make some beautiful cards with just some paper and the stamps. So I kind of did a little figuring of math here. So if you were to buy the little ink spots, or let's just say one ink pad, the stamp set, an assortment of colored cardstock. So you'd get the colored cardstock that would correspond Balmy Blue, Coastal Cabana, Pacific Point, Pool Party. So you can get different colored cardstock. It would cost you about $60, right? So you get an ink pad, the sheet, and you would get 20 sheets of an assortment of colored paper, which would give you 40 cards. So if you figure 60 into 40 cards, $60 into 40 cards gives you 67 cents a card, which is really good math, right? You can make some beautiful cards with just an ink and the stamp and some paper, right? And this was from good old Michael's with my coupon. So you use what you have. But I wanted to show you that you can still make some beautiful cards with only a few limited things. So we're going to make a few other cards sort of with the same idea in mind. So this one here, again, using the stamps, all the different snowflakes. So I just chose a bunch of different snowflakes. I worked with 3 ink pads. I worked with the Gorgeous Grape, a little bit of Night of Navy, a little bit of the gray, which is also in the ink spots, and the Coastal Cabana. So I did 3 colors in here, but as you saw in this one, you can just do 1 color. You know, you're not limited to, you know, if you only have 1 color, then you do 1 color. If you have a few colors, then you use a few colors. You use what you have, right? And then you build. And that's what I've done, right? I've sort of built up over the year, so, or a couple of years, I guess now. When I first started off, I have to give a shout out to my friend Neda, who gave me a bunch of stamps, and she sort of set me on my path with some stamps and paper and all of that wonderful stuff. So, but I wanted to finish this card up. Snowflake Wishes. So again, this is just using the Coastal Cabana. I love that color. And then I did use this stamp punch. Again, I love stamp punches. They make it so easy. And this one has a dual one. So you can either make the point or you can make the V. So I made the V on this side, and then I just sort of figured out how long I wanted, but I thought I'd throw a bow on the end there. So let's get some snail on this real quick. So, you know, you use what you have, you build things up. It doesn't all have to be like from Stampin' Up. All of their products is spectacular and fantastic, but, you know, everyone's got a budget, and everyone has to sort of pick and choose what they can. And then I had a pretty little bow. Where did it go? So this ribbon is from the dollar store. So question is, do I put it up high or do I put it down low? I'm not really sure. I might have to trim the edge there a bit. And of course I've put things down and then I don't know where I've put them. I might put a little glue dot here just to sort of hold the ribbon where I want it to be. Yeah, there. Because sometimes ribbons just don't want to cooperate. There we go. There. So, simple card using the stamps from, and just a couple of colors. Isn't that pretty? All right. The next one I have is using a bit of the designer series paper of the snowflakes. It's so hard to choose which side. I only had a few little bits left, so I thought, well, we'll do that with an edge and then put that in the middle. And then I'd show you all these gorgeous snowflakes. Here, I'm going to stamp this again first. So we're using the sentiment that comes with the set. Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas. I'm just going to center that. And I really like that color myself, but like I said, you can pick and choose whatever color you want. So I'm going to do this one with just the one color that we have. And what I have over here is just a scrap piece of paper that I sort of ink off. And so what that means is that I don't necessarily want the full strength of the ink on the card. So I'm going to ink it off first and then I ink it on. So it's just a bit more subtle. I mean, you could put some of the full color if you wanted, but I like to sort of ink it off a little bit. And then we just get a different snowflake, and honest to goodness, there are so many to choose from. It's crazy. And then let's see, what else do we want? This one was pretty. So many to choose from, really. So this one and this one. I don't know if you'll be able to see them all through with the backing, but like, how gorgeous is that? I'm not putting too much here because I'm going to put that that statement, the wording that I have there. There you go. So I only used 4, and there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left to choose from. So many beautiful snowflakes to choose from. It's just a really, really pretty set. If you love snowflakes as much as I do, it is a good investment. So I'm just gonna put this up near the top like that, and put this one down near the bottom. So that amount I was giving you, you know, the terms of the ink and the color stock, those things are pretty standard in terms of the cost. And as is the stamp sets, right? They sort of vary between 28 to 35. So really, if there's any set that you like, we're gonna, you know, if you really liked the pine trees, if you really liked, we're gonna do a snowman one, you know, if there was any set that you really liked, like I said, there is good value there, you know, like I said, you can make 40 cards at 67 cents a card, which is pretty awesome. So we've got that there, and I was going to give it a dimensional and sort of pop it up a little bit. Where did I? Honestly, like I start off with everything. I know where everything is. And then somewhere along the way, everything gets pushed around. That right there. And then I had these left over from last year. They're little snowflake embellishments from Michael's that I got at Christmas because my family knows how much I love snowflakes. So, you know, again, use what you have. So I'm going to take this turquoise one. And sticker on. Look at that. Take a, see if I can find a nice white one. Maybe that goes there. I think I need another turquoise one. I really do like the turquoise ones. So like I said, pull out your Christmas stuff, take a look at what you have. And then you can add to it. There you go. Super simple. Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas. So again, it's just using cardstock with the snowflake and one color. Very simple. So last one for tonight. This one, so much fun. So I kind of did it in, so this is the specialty paper. Again, it's so hard to pick and choose what side to use. And then I had this punch of a jar. Because again, I love punches. There is a stamp that you can buy that would stamp the outline and all of that stuff. I didn't get that stamp because again, everyone has a budget. So what I did is I just drew a line around as best I could. And then I cut out 2 cards. So this one here is inked with the same Coastal Cabana ink that we did on this one. So it's inked that way. And as is the white. And so you can do, you know, that kind of look and then have some snowflakes because everybody has a snowflake punch. All right, put some snowflakes on. If you wanted to step it up a bit, you can heat emboss some white on the card. And then for the jar, I wasn't sure if I liked the bow here or not, but I just put it there as a safe place. So for the jar, I did the Coastal Cabana first, and then I did the white heat emboss so that you could sort of see a bit of the blue behind, because I didn't know if it would show through. So which one do you like? Let's see if anyone has a preference. So you can fancy it up with the white heat embossing, or you can leave it simple without. Sorry. What do you think? So maybe we'll do this one with the simple one, and then I can make up another card with the heat embossed one. All right. Let's get her on. There we go. I really like these little jars. I'll probably do a card with these little jars in it, on it. I think they're very cute. So this I'm going to pop up. And have my jar spilling out. And then my saying, I put it in a very safe place, and now I can't find it. Oh dear. Well, I don't know where it's gone to. I'll put it on after then. I was just going to put it right here. It said, oh, there it is. Let it snow. Found it. It gets buried underneath stuff. And there we go. And like I said, you could add some vellum, you could add some silver, you can add whatever tickles your fancy. Probably we wouldn't do anything quite so big. You could add some white ones. I think because these snowflakes are a bit smaller, I'd have to choose some smaller snowflakes to put on. Sort of like that. All right. Let's do that. So one there. Let me see if I can find any more small white ones. I usually have more of the big ones. But, oh, I think I found one. Another small white one. There we go. So we got 3. Maybe we should do one up there. So it's a bit 2 and then 3. But you're supposed to have uneven numbers. Is that usually how it works? There we go. Perfect. So again, really simple little card with the snowflake paper, the snowflake stamps, the punch. So those are the cards that we did today. Put this one here, this one down here. There you go. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are rewatching it, please let me know so I can see. And if you have any questions, if you're interested in becoming a demonstrator, if you're interested in purchasing any of the products, please feel free to give me a shout. If you live in the Ottawa or surrounding areas, I'm more than happy to drop off a winter catalog so you can peruse and see what you can add to your collection. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you tomorrow.